Autumn at the family farm was very wet. Rain had turned the ground into a sloshy, muddy mess. Watery muck was all over the place. The street was muddy. The farmyard was muddy. Even the tracks between the fields were muddy. Tech's wheels were covered in muck, but he wasn't bothered by it, not at all. No, indeed, Tech was enjoying himself, even in all the mud. Beep, beep. Tech drove straight through the muck and splashed in a puddle. The mud made it easy for Tech to find his friends. He didn't have to toot his horn or call out for them to figure out where they were. All he had to do was follow their muddy footprints. And as he left the farmyard today, Tech saw someone's muddy footprints. Now then, I wonder whose footprints these are, thought Tech, as he followed the trail through the mud. There are more footprints here too, said Tech.
Quack, quack, flying foxes. How did you sneak up so quietly?
Asked Daniel the Duck in a terrified voice. He was certain that a fox had snuck up on him. Hello, everyone, smiled Tech.
How on earth did you know where to find us?
Quacked Daniel. Easy peasy, said Tech. I've followed your footprints.
I hope that the fox doesn't have the same idea, quack,
thought Daniel Duck,
or we'll be in trouble.
Tech, called Roy. Roy startled him. Oh, goodness me, said Tech, as the ducks giggled at him.
Quack, quack, quack. See, that'll teach you to startle your friends,
laughed Daniel. Now it was Tech's turn to question Roy. How did you know where to find me? Easy, said Roy. All I had to do was follow your tire tracks in the mud. Roy was busy. He didn't have time to hang around. Come on, Tech, he said. I need your help. And off they went. Roy and Tech came to the entrance of the field. Where's all the mud gone? Asked Tech in surprise. Roy explained that he had cleared a lot of it away. Tech wondered what the stones and planks of wood on the ground were for. We're going to make concrete. Make concrete? Make concrete! Oh, great! What do you want me to do? Asked Tech. Go and fetch some sand, said Roy. Sand? Okay, fine, said Tech. And Tech immediately ran off to get Tommy the trailer. Tommy, you won't believe what we're going to do today, said Tech. Go to the beach? Wondered Tommy. Go to the beach in autumn? No way, said Tech.
Bark! Bark, bark, bark! No! Cluck, cluck! Of course not! No!
What then? Said Tommy. We're going to help Roy make concrete.
Concrete? Bah, yes, concrete. Concrete.
And with that, Tech pulled Tommy out of the machine shed and across the farmyard to a pile of gravel. Are you ready, Tommy? Asked Roy. I don't know, said Tommy the trailer nervously. But before he could think about it anymore, Roy was loading gravel into his trailer. Oh, I feel very full and heavy, complained Tommy. Suddenly, he burped. Oops, excuse me. Come on, said Roy. Sizzling snowballs. You weigh a ton, Tommy, grunted Tech. Then Roy shoveled some sand into Tommy the trailer. Before the three of them reached the field entrance, they stopped at a shed along the way to collect a bag of cement. Thanks for carrying all this, Tommy, said Roy as he lifted the bag of cement. I think we have everything we need now. What's happening now? Said Tommy. Tech unhooked his friend and parked him by his side so that Tommy could see exactly what was happening. Water! You need water, Roy, said Tech. Luckily, Roy had fetched the water already. Now, Max the concrete mixer was ready to go. What's happening? What's that noise? Asked Tommy the trailer. Max the mixer has started mixing everything up. To make concrete, you have to put in 3 shovels full of gravel, said Tech. Roy loaded 1, 2, 3 shovels full of gravel into Max's turning belly. It made a loud rattling noise. Then Roy threw in 2 shovels full of sand. Last, he shoveled some cement into Max's tummy. Water! Water! Shouted Max the mixer. Why is he shouting? Asked Tommy. He needs water, said Tech. He explained that water helps blend the cement and gravel together. After adding some water, though not too much, Roy placed the bucket on the floor. Everyone watched as Max churned and turned the mixture. Is it ready yet? Asked Tommy the trailer. No, said Tech. It's got to be mixed more. It doesn't look like concrete at all, said Tommy. It's wet. Concrete is always wet until it dries. Then it becomes hard, said Tech. Oh dear, Tommy the trailer knew absolutely nothing about making concrete. Roy emptied the concrete over the area he had prepared and spread it across the stones with his shovel, smoothing it out until the surface was even. There we are, all done. The gap will be much cleaner now, said Roy. But he had one more favor to ask of Teck and Tommy. He wanted them to guard the wet concrete to make sure that nobody walked through it, leaving their footprints behind. Oh, don't worry, Roy. We'll make sure that no one walks on the wet concrete, won't we, Tommy? Sure we will, said Tommy. So Teck and Tommy waited patiently, watching over the concrete. Then Nell came by. Beep, beep! No, no, don't come any closer, Nell! Teck hooted his horn as a warning. The concrete is wet, shouted Teck. Nell was so frightened that she ran in the other direction.
Bark, 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 bark. Hello, Teck and Tommy.
Clucked Winnie.
What are you doing here?
Asked Cluck. Guarding the wet concrete, said Tommy.
Can I see?
Asked Winnie. No, you can't. Stay where you are, shouted Teck, or your footprints will be in the concrete forever.
Goodness me, did you hear that, Cluck?
Said Nancy in surprise.
What did he say? Our footprints would be in the concrete forever? Bark, count me out,
cackled Cluck, flying away. Oh dear, Tommy yawned. Muck and mudcakes. I'm exhausted, sighed Teck. Watching wet concrete was tiring work, and he felt his eyelids get heavier and heavier until they were almost closed. Galloping gaskets. It was very hard work keeping his eyes wide open when he was so tired. But just as his eyelids were about to close again, he heard sheep baaing. Sheep, he shouted, but he couldn't see them anywhere. Sand and gravel, they must be in the field. If they are, they'll surely run through the gap and into the wet concrete any minute now. Oh, he started his engine and drove through the wet concrete, leaving tire tracks all over it. Roy laughed, and so did Teck. He was so busy keeping other people's tracks out of the concrete that he forgot to watch his own tire tracks. Oh, Teck. It was summertime at the family farm. It was beautiful and sunny, and the perfect day for a picnic at the seashore. Teck had never been on a picnic. That's why he was so excited to get going. Unfortunately, there are always a lot of things to do before you can go anywhere. First, Teck had to fill his tummy with red fuel, so he drove towards the fuel tank where Roy was waiting for him. Katie was so excited about the picnic that she couldn't stop jumping. She looked into the picnic basket, but her mother hadn't finished packing all the food. Now then, some apples, cakes, sandwiches, and chips. What else do we need? Thought Molly. Drinks, remembered Katie, and ran to the fridge. Drinks, of course! And Molly put the bottles of pop into the picnic basket. One was for Katie and one for Molly. That was enough food for a day at the seashore. Back by the fuel tank, Roy finished filling Tech's tank and closed his hood. Just as they finished up, Tech remembered that he wanted his bucket. "Oh, I know where it is," said Tech, driving towards the shed. "Here it is," said Tech, standing in front of his bucket. Katie's bucket and shovel were there too. Great! "Hey, Roy, we better look for Katie and Molly, or they might leave without us," said Tech. Katie was on the doorstep, feeling a little worried. How was she going to carry all this stuff to the beach? "I'll help you," said Tech eagerly. Roy put the basket and the blanket on Tech's back. "There you go." "Bye-bye." Roy watched the three of them as they set off for the beach. They started to walk across the farmyard and up the trail. And up another path. "There's the ocean!" shouted Katie. All three of them smiled. "This is heaven," thought Molly. She was able to relax on the beach. Katie was having a great time riding on Tech and saying hello to everyone and everything. Molly sat down on her blanket and closed her eyes. Katie ran to the water, but Tech didn't want to go near the water, so he backed away. Then, Katie and Tech built a sandcastle. Tech went to get water for them when he saw an enormous crab. "Here's the water for you, Katie." "Thanks, Tech." And Katie poured the water around the castle. They were both very busy building away. After decorating the castle, Katie ran to her mother. "Mom, come and see the castle." "Well, this sure is the best castle I have ever seen," said Molly. After all the hard work, Katie and Teck were ready for their picnic. Molly took the food out of the basket. It all looked very tasty. Sandwiches, chips, orange drink, and cakes. But as they started to eat, Katie heard a noise.
Help!
Then Teck heard a noise.
Help!
Then Molly heard a noise.
Help! 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 Help!
Toot toot! Look, there's a man over there in a boat having trouble. He's lost his paddle. Toot toot! Teck sounded his horn. Someone ran to get a rope. "Teck, hurry up!" shouted Molly. The rope was tied onto Teck, and Molly ran into the water. Molly swam and swam. But just as she reached the boat, it turned over and the man fell into the water.
Help! Help!
Shouted the man. "Goodness me! Hurry up, Molly!" shouted Teck worriedly. And then at last, "Pull, Teck, pull!" shouted Molly. Teck pulled as hard as he could. He pulled and pulled until the rope was tight. But as Teck pulled, he got closer and closer to the picnic. Teck pulled once more and got even closer to the food. "Pull, Teck!" shouted Molly. His wheels squashed the sandwiches flat. But at last, Molly and the man reached the shore. That was a close call. Then, as he drove forward, Teck squashed the picnic again. "Oh, thank you, Teck, thank you," said Katie and Molly. "Toot toot!" Teck sounded his horn. "Come on, let's go back to our picnic," said Molly. The man came toward Teck. "Thank you," he said. "Thank you very much for saving me. You're a very brave tractor." That was nice, but what happened to the picnic? It looked as if someone had squashed all the food and there were tire tracks on the sandwiches. Everyone looked at Teck. "Goodness gracious! I must have driven onto our food while pulling the man from the water," said Teck. But no one blamed Teck because he had helped to save the man. "Come and have a picnic with me," said the man. Sure enough, the man had plenty of food for everyone. Yes, they were going to have a picnic on the beach after all. And what fun they had, chatting and eating on the beach. Soon it was time to pack everything and head home. Molly carried the picnic basket and Ted carried Katie, even though the picnic basket was a little lighter. He didn't mind carrying Katie one bit. After all, they were friends. When he finally returned to the machine shed, Teck was tired out, but he didn't mind. He'd had a wonderful day at the seashore.
Roy was about to head back to the house for dinner when Teck asked something. "Can we go for a walk in the fields, Roy?" "Well, of course you can. But be sure to stay away from Benji the Bull's field," said Roy. "Oh, don't worry. We won't go anywhere near that field. Tommy the trailer is too afraid." So Tommy and Teck drove across the farmyard. "Where would you like to walk first?" asked Teck. "Let's visit Tom Jack," said Tommy the trailer excitedly. Teck hauled Tommy behind him. Teck noticed that Tommy the trailer was much easier to pull when he was going somewhere he wanted. "Whoop, whoop. Hello, Teck," said Nell very quietly. "What's up, Nell? Why are you whispering?" asked Teck. "Has he gone yet?" asked Nell. "Who?" asked Teck.
Quack, well, that big bull, of course.
Quacked Tom Jack.
Quack, quack. He is so big that he threw a giant shadow across the grass as he passed, and quack, quack.
"Well, you don't need to worry anymore," said Teck. "Benji is safely away in his field." Oh, good," barked Nell. Teck and Tommy continued on their way across the field. After lunch, Hitch and Hike decided to go for a walk too.
Wait for me,
shouted Hike. By now, Teck was a little out of breath because he had been pulling Tommy all over the field. Just then, Hitch and Hike passed by.
"Ah, hello, Tommy,"
said Hitch to Teck.
Hello, Teck,"
said Hike to Tommy. No, I'm Teck. And I'm Tommy.
"Ah, yes, of course,"
said Hitch and Hike. "Well, we'd better be on our way. Goodbye to you both. Come on, Hike," said Hitch. "The gate's over here," and the little tractor and trailer hurried after them. No, they shouted. "Don't go into that field." But even though Tommy shouted as loudly as he could and Teck hooted his horn, neither Hike nor Hitch heard them. They were too busy talking, and they both climbed over the gate. Then they started to walk across the field. "Oh, now what should we do?" asked Teck in horror. "They've gone into Benji's field," said Teck. "And Hitch is wearing a bright red coat," said Tommy. But it didn't matter what color their clothes were. Benji the Bull did not like seeing anyone in any color on his field. "Quick, we'd better tell Roy," said Teck. They drove off like the wind, all the way to the farmyard.
"Oh, look," said Hitch. "There's a buffalo over there."
No. That's not a buffalo. That's a bull.
Ah!
The two screamed and ran as fast as their legs would carry them. Roy, beep, beep, called Teck and Tommy. "Dear me, what's the matter?" asked Roy as he came out to meet them. Hitch and Hike, they've gone into Benji the Bull's field. But before Roy had a chance to do anything, Hitch and Hike rushed past. Bull! They shouted. You shouldn't have gone into his field. Didn't you see the sign? Asked Roy, shaking his head. What sign? Asked Hitch and Hike. What sign? Beep, beep. Tech hooted his horn loudly after them. How did they not see the sign? Tech! Roy called out. But it was too late. Tech was following after Hitch and Hike all the way from the family farm, hooting his horn loudly the whole way. He would make sure that they learned to read and obey all the signs on the family farm, so there would be no more trouble. Oh, look, said Hitch. There's a buffalo over there. No. That's not a buffalo. That's a bull. Ah! The two screamed and ran as fast as their legs would carry them. Oh, look, said Hitch. There's a buffalo over there. Oh, look, said Hitch. There's a buffalo over there. No. That's not a buffalo. That's a bull. Ah! The two screamed and ran as fast as their legs would carry them. Roy, beep, beep, called Tech and Tommy. Dear me, what's the matter? Asked Roy as he came out to meet them. Hitch and Hike, they've gone into Benji the Bull's field. But before Roy had a chance to do anything, Hitch and Hike rushed past. Bull! They shouted. You shouldn't have gone into his field. Didn't you see the sign? Asked Roy, shaking his head. What sign? Asked Hitch and Hike. What sign? Beep, beep. Tech hooted his horn loudly after them. How did they not see the sign? Tech! Roy called out. But it was too late. Tech was following after Hitch and Hike all the way from the family farm, hooting his horn loudly the whole way. He would make sure that they learned to read and obey all the signs on the family farm, so there would be no more trouble.
Galloping gaskets, what's going on? Asked Tech loudly. Galloping gaskets, what's going on? Said Sam, mimicking him once again. Sam, don't repeat everything we say, said Tommy crossly. Sam, don't repeat everything we say, said Sam crossly. Sam, roared Tech. Look, that's enough of your nonsense, said Tommy the trailer. Look, that's enough of your nonsense, said Sam. Do you think he's ill? Whispered Tech. Well, there's something wrong, agreed Tommy. I've never seen him behave like this before. Me either, said Tech. Perhaps we'd better get a doctor. Good idea, said Tommy. Sam, Tommy and I are going to fetch the doctor. Good night, Tommy the trailer, said Roy tiredly, opening his mouth with a huge yawn. Good night, Roy, replied Tech and Tommy the trailer. Sam, said Tommy. Good night, Sam. Galloping gaskets, shouted Tech. We've forgotten to fetch Sam the Scarecrow from the furthest field. Sam, called Tech frantically as he searched every nook and cranny. But Sam wasn't there. He was standing all alone in the middle of the furthest field, waiting for Tech and Tommy the trailer to come fetch him. Exactly how long was he supposed to stay in the furthest field? Asked Tommy the trailer. 3 days. That's what he told me. I was supposed to get him today, said Tech. Would When Roy went out to the machine shed to make sure that the machines were safe and cozy for the night, he got the fright of his life. Perhaps the naughty little rascals had sneaked out to the hay shed to visit Sam the Scarecrow and to hear about his vacation. Roy decided to visit Sam in the hay shed. Earlier that day, Roy had fetched Sam from the furthest field and brought him to the hay shed so that he could rest. "Sam," asked Roy, "have you seen Tech and Tommy the trailer around?" "No," said Sam calmly. "But it's strange because Tech promised that he and Tommy would come to fetch me from the furthest field before supper. But then you fetched me instead, so I haven't seen them at all." And called out to Sam once more. "Beep, beep, Sam!" The very same noise came back to them. "Beep, beep, Sam!" What was Sam doing? Was he playing games with them? "Ask him if he can see us," said Tommy the trailer. "Beep, beep, can you see us?" asked Tech. "Beep, beep, can you see us?" said Sam in a voice that sounded exactly like Tech. But why was Sam repeating everything they said? "Galloping gaskets!" exclaimed Tech. When Roy went out to the machine shed to make sure that the machines were safe and cozy for the night, he got the fright of his life. Molly got straight to work. She picked up a bowl full of eggs that had been left on the ledge. But oh no! The bowl slipped from her hands and all the eggs smashed to bits on the ground. "Oh dear, what a waste!" exclaimed Molly. "Don't worry, I'll go find some more eggs," said Tech. "Thank you, Tech," said Molly. "But don't be long, okay?" "I won't," said the little red tractor, and he hurried across the farmyard. He hadn't gone very far when he suddenly stopped. He had no idea where he was going. Whose eggs was he supposed to be collecting? The duck's eggs? The hen's eggs? The cockatoo's eggs? The parrot's eggs? Oh well, he'd just have to decide for himself. Molly was doing very well in the cafe. "What can I get you?" she asked the man by the window. "2 fried eggs, please," asked the man pleasantly. Oh dear, thought Molly. Where is Tech with those eggs?
"These ducks are very odd," said Tech. "They're all yellow and their beaks are wide open." Then he saw 2 children put. "Here you go," said the man. "Galloping gaskets! It looks like pink wool," said Tech. He noticed the coconut toss. She wanted to take a turn. She had to hit the coconut in order to win. Missed. Second. Third ball. Beep, beep. Tech hooted his horn. Who would carry the teddy? "I will. I will carry the teddy," said Tech happily. "Oh, thank you, Tech," said Molly.